Today's class is all about yoga for traveling. So if you're traveling for work or fun or whatever, and you want to get into practice, but you don't have your home space, this is for you. So this is also a reminder that maybe you don't have your yoga clothes, or maybe you don't own a single stitch of yoga clothing. Guess what? Um, Pajama pants and a t-shirt from a local bookstore works just fine. Also, what you might not have with you is your mat. So we're going to set this to the side. No mat, probably no props. So we're going to get these out of here. Then maybe what you do have, you can find in your hotel room or in the place you're renting or maybe where you're staying. Hopefully you have a hand towel or washcloth or kitchen towel, something of that sort, and a regular towel. Maybe it's a beach towel, maybe it's a bath towel, whatever it is. These are the only two props we're going to use today. No mat and a wall of some kind. So if you don't have a wall, like a clean wall with no artwork, find a door. Hopefully the place you're staying has a door. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. 30 minutes, easy practice. Only props we have are towels. So if you showed up today with your yoga mat and blocks and blanket, awesome. Or yoga strap, you can use those too. I'm just using these today to show you what you can do without your home studio. Okay, so first things first, maybe you've done a lot of traveling, either in a plane, train, bus, car, whatever, and you've been sitting for a long time. So first thing we're gonna do is shake it out. I'm gonna take my little microphone off here and set it down on the ground just because that way you won't hear me shake. So we're going to shake it out. Whatever you want to do, you can bend down, shake it out. You can shake it to the side. You can use a wall or door for balance. Give those legs a shake. Or if you feel okay, just shaking it out in the middle of the room, go for it. Roll the shoulders up and back. Breathe out through the mouth. Maybe even do a little bit of that horse breath. Shake out those lips. We might have some tension in the jaw while we're traveling. Good. Just get that body moving. Shake out all those parts of the body. Yeah. Good. Another couple breaths. Shake it out. Let it go. Let it go. Be silly. Be silly. Okay. Good. So we'll come back to the center of our space and we're going to move through a few half sun salutations. So I know sometimes people feel funky about other people's carpets or other people's floors or hotels' carpets and floors. So we're not going to really be touching the floor without our towels. If that's important to you, I thought about it. So on the inhale, hands lift. Exhale, fold forward, nice forward fold. Bend those knees as much as you need to, especially if hamstrings feel a little tight. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold again. Press into those feet. Rise up. Maybe those arms reach up and overhead if it feels good. Take those hands down in prayer in front of the heart. Good. We're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, fold down. Again, bend the knees as much as you want. If you don't want to touch the floor, that's fine. Bring your hands to your shins or your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, all the way up. Press into those heels, rise up. Nice big stretch. Good. Exhale, hands float down. Nice. Roll the shoulders up and back. Good. So if you've had a day of traveling, again, that usually means we're kind of hunched forward, hip flexors are bent here. We're kind of in this like seated position usually. So let's do a little bit of opposite movement. We're going to take those arms out, open up through the chest, maybe lift up. Exhale, soften, maybe hands, forearms come together around the back here. Let's do it again. Open it up through the chest. Yep. Exhale, bring it back together. Nice. Again, open up. And exhale together. Very good. Soften that. Let's add a little bit more. So if you feel more balanced up against a wall or using the door, go for it. We're going to take one leg forward, 1 foot back. It doesn't matter which one. We're just starting to stretch out through the front of that body. So we were seated for a while. Everything was kind of closed. Now we're just going to open it. Okay. You can stay right here if you want. Maybe you add that arm movement. Open it up and close it. Open it up. Nice. Close it. And again. And close. Good. Open it up. Maybe reach those fingertips up. And release it down. Good. Switch sides. Again, if you want some more support for balance, find your way there. Take the other foot back. Start to open up through that other hip. Good. We're going to change the arms out this time. Hands are going to come to the sides like airplane wings. I'm just going to face you. Keep using that wall if you want, or door. Inhale, hands lift up. So palms keep facing up. Reach, reach, reach. And then turn the palms to face forward and float them down. Good. And maybe even take them back a little bit and squeeze those posture muscles. So palms turn to face forward, sweep it up, sweep it up, sweep it up. And then turn those palms again, palms face down. Good. Take it all the way back. Maybe a little squeeze. Good. One more time. Palms face forward. Inhale, lift it up. Good. Exhale, take it down. Nice. And then a little squeeze at the end. Very good. Soften that. Bring it back to center. And again, a little shake because it feels good to shake. Good. Let it out. Let it out. Great. So when we're seated for a long time too, our glutes don't get a lot of opportunities to engage. And our glutes are super important for our core stability, for supporting our low back. So we're going to do a little bit of glute waking up. Okay, so this is really good to do if you've been traveling a lot and then you're going to be walking a lot, which kind of tends to happen if you're going on a fun vacation. You're going to do some sightseeing, walking around, shopping, whatever it is, hiking, all of that. So if you're going from a travel day, which is usually a bit more inactive, to a full day of exploring, a more active day, these are really important to wake up those glute muscles. So we're going to find our big bath towel, okay, and roll it up into as big of a ball or block you can think of. If you're at home in your home studio and you want to use your block, cool. If you're traveling, grab that towel and fold it into a tiny little whatever you've got here. And we're going to bring that in between the thighs. So squeeze into those thighs. Knees squeezing into the blanket or towel, whatever you have. And we're going to do tiny little chair pulses. So weight is in the heels. We're going to squeeze that block together, sit back a little bit, and then kick into the heels to rise up. That's all you're going to do. Sit back just a tiny bit, squeeze that towel, press into the heels, rise up. Good. We're going to do that 3 more times. Sit it back, keep that squeeze going, and press to stand. Again, take it back, and press to stand. Last time, sit back, keep squeezing that towel, press to stand. Good job. Shake it out. Wonderful. Now let's grab our little towel, hand towel. And this time I'm just going to take it long, okay? Kind of scrunched up the edges. From here, we're going to take the arms up and overhead. If for any reason it doesn't feel okay to hold on to the strap or towel and take it overhead, just forget it and just take the arms overhead. Get a bit of lifting up, opening up through the shoulders. If it feels okay to take the arms back a little bit and forward, you can kind of make those shapes up and back a little. Forward. Yeah, we're just moving it around. Nice. Good. One more time. Good. If it feels okay to keep holding on to this towel, take the hands overhead and then we're going to reach over to one side. Yep, bring it back to center and to the other side. Good job. Let's do one more each side. Up and over. And center. And over. Good. And center. Good. Take that strap down. Release it. Let's do another stretch for that upper body. So again, so great for when you're sitting for a long period of time. Also, sometimes traveling can be stressful. So you might start to feel that tension building in shoulder, neck, jaw space. And this is a nice way to kind of start to unwind that. So you're going to find your door or your wall, whatever you've got. Take your belly as close to that as you can. And we'll start with our right arm out to the side. You can do the other arm if you want. Hand is about eye level. So if you turn to look at the hand, it should be about eye level, so above the shoulder a bit. And then we're going to start to turn to the left. So maybe it's just the chest that turns a little bit. Maybe the belly turns. Maybe you turn your feet to the left. Left shoulder softens. And breathe. Good. Find that calming rhythm of breath. Nice. Slowly turn back towards the wall. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. So take that left arm up. Again, hand is about eye level. And start to turn towards the right. Maybe it's just the chest. Maybe it's chest and belly. Maybe you start to turn those feet to the right. Good. Let that right shoulder soften. Relax the muscles in the face, jaw, eyes, lips. Good job. Great. Slowly unwind. Bring it back to center. Take a pause. And then step away from the door or wall when you're ready. Very good. So we've done some opening for the shoulders and the chest. We've done some opening for hip flexors. We've turned on those glute muscles. Let's take a few moments for neck, jaw, tops of the shoulder space, especially if you tried to sleep on a plane or in a car. Even sleeping in a hotel room sometimes can mess with your neck if you're not using your same pillow, all of that. So let's take a little moment and focus on this neck space. Chin's going to come down to the chest and just slowly roll the head side to side. Good. Nice. Good. Head's going to come all the way over to the right. Take a few breaths here. Maybe even stir that chin around a little bit. Good. And then slowly switch. Take the head over to the other side. We'll take those little stirs with the chin. Good. Nice. Slowly bring it back to center. Head lifts back up. Let's roll those shoulders up and back again. Nice. Okay, so we're going to open up the quadriceps a little bit more. Again, when we're seated for long periods of time, all of this gets a little closed and maybe a little tight. So we'll start to open that up. Again, if you're doing a lot of walking, same thing. Those quads can really get a bit tighter here as when we travel. So I'm going to give you two different options. One, you're going to use the wall or door. One, you're not. If you're okay with coming down on the floor of wherever you are, and maybe you've got this towel, the big one, to add some padding for the knee. If things aren't carpeted, if you've got, a wood floor or concrete floor or whatever, tile, take that towel down, and we're going to bring one knee down. I'm going to start with my right knee down. my left knee forward, and you can just kind of rock forward and back. So hands aren't touching the floor, or just bringing the hands to the thigh, kind of rocking forward and back, especially if this feels like a big stretch for you. If you want a little bit more, you're going to take that blanket or towel up near the wall, and you're going to take that, again, maybe right knee on the wall. This time my hands do have to touch the floor, just FYI. Take that left foot out in front, right knee on the towel, right toes up the floor, up the wall. If that gives you a cramp or anything in your foot, you can always tuck the toes onto the wall. Same thing here. You can rock forward and back. You can start to bring those hips back towards that back heel. Squeeze that right glute. Big, big stretch on that right quad. Shoulders soften, jaw softens. Nice. About 5 more breaths wherever you are. Good. Use that calming breath. Nice. All right, switch it out. So take that left knee to the towel, maybe using the wall, maybe not. Right foot's going to come to the floor. Again, you can just shift forward and back. Good. And then maybe you start to take those hips back towards that heel, especially if you're using the wall. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Soften what you can. Good. Again, if you're using the wall, maybe squeeze those left glutes. Feel that stretch deepen just a tad. Nice work. A few more breaths. Good. Slowly release. Now we're going to take that blanket or towel, whatever you got. Take it as big as you can get it. And I'm going to bring the short end up against a wall. So if you don't have a clear wall or a door that you want to use, maybe there's a chair in the room or the edge of the bed, you can use that too. Eventually we're going to do legs up the wall. Great, great, great thing to do when you're traveling to kind of get some good circulation flowing, especially if you're sitting or walking a lot. It's also really helpful for sleep, and sometimes when we travel, our sleep gets a little bit off, so that can be a really helpful thing to do. As we come into this legs up the wall, make sure that it feels comfortable for you. So if you happen to have, I don't know, another towel or a pillow that you want to put underneath your head, you can do that. You don't always have to take your feet up the wall if that feels too intense. Again, use a chair, use the side of your bed, whatever works for you. Okay, let's find our way down. I'm going to come down on my towel and scoot as close to the wall as I can. I'm going to slowly lean back, sweep my feet up, and bring my head down. So right now my hips aren't right up against the wall, and that's totally fine. If you want to do that, you can kind of scoot your way in a little bit closer. But again, it's not required. It's your own prerogative. All right, settle in wherever you are. Again, make sure that you're actually comfortable here. So shift and move as you need to. Add another blanket in or pillow in if you want. Good. Start to soften your jaw, muscles in your face, and just let the legs stay kind of in this straight shape for this first minute or two here. Letting gravity do the work. Good. From here, we'll move into a figure four shape. So right ankle comes to the left thigh. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe that left knee starts to bend, left foot starts to slide down the wall, and that right leg comes a little bit closer to belly or chest. You can choose to go down as far as you want. And we'll settle in here for a couple minutes. Arms can rest wherever, by the sides, overhead. Again, if you're okay touching the floor, maybe your arms go out like a big wide T. This is your time to breathe and rest. Another few more breaths here. Good. Slowly start to release that side. Take a couple breaths in between. Maybe rock the feet a little side to side like windshield wipers. And when you're ready, left ankle's going to come to that right thigh. Again, same options here. Maybe you stay right where you are. Maybe you start to bend that right knee, slide the right foot down the wall. Left leg starts to come closer to chest and belly. Find your stretch. So good if you've done a lot of walking or hiking. And when you're traveling, we may not always want to dedicate an hour to our practice or maybe even 30 minutes. So if you're unwinding for your day and maybe you've got a little more time before you head to dinner, take 5 minutes, do this legs up the wall series, and you'll definitely feel renewed for the rest of your evening. Few more breaths on this side. Good. Slowly releasing that side. Again, take a few breaths here in this in between space. Good. You're doing great. Wonderful. We're going to come into a couple twists just to wrap up this series. So start to bend the knees, walk the feet down the wall. And you can stay just like this if you want. If you want to find a twist, you're going to start to walk your feet to, let's say, the left. I'm going to go to the left here. And maybe they just come halfway down the wall. Maybe they end up walking all the way down the wall towards the floor. Wherever you are, just settle in to your twist. If you have space, you can take this top leg and stretch it long. Let me show you on the other side. That can feel really nice for outer hip or low back space. But if you don't have the space, that's okay. Sometimes when we travel, our digestion gets a little funky. This can help kind of ease digestion a bit. We might not be as hydrated. We might be eating different foods. So this can just complement our already amazing digestive system. Nice. Start to walk the feet back to center, and when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. Again, once you find your way there, if you want to take that top leg and stretch it long, you can. And we'll rest here for another minute or so. A few more breaths here. Slowly walking those feet back to center, maybe taking the legs long again. And feel free to stay here as long as you'd like until you're ready to dive back in.
Thanks for practicing with me today.